Guys, welcome to episode number 3 of the Napoli career mode, and to start off this episode we have just sold Giaccherini to Fiorentina. Now we have a little bit of money. We've also got players going out on international duty. Hopefully none of them get injured, but we've got quite a bit of money at 25 grand plus, probably go up to 100k in wages. I don't know why, but like if you leave it, like I don't know, but it doesn't seem to add the wage for some reason, but nevertheless we need to sign some wingers now, because if you look at the squad, we've got Callahan and Insigne. One thing I could always do, if we do run out of wingers, is drop Mertens and put Mertens out wide. But I kind of want to keep him down the middle. But at the moment, we've only really got Munayin as a backup winger. He can play either side, of course. And obviously, we've still got Mertens. But I think bringing in one more, especially with Champions League football, I don't know why he's still at the club, to be frankly honest. But yeah, with Champions League football, we definitely need to have at least a couple on each wing. So looking at our transfer hub for options, we do have Antonio here. Problem is his wage. I don't want to be paying that much in money wage-wise. We've also got some options here. If we are going to be playing a 4 at the back, we will need to sign a new left-back. I'm looking at these youngsters here, Tierney and Lukaku. Both of them very good, very strong, very fast. Players that I could use quite nicely in the team. And obviously Tierney can play at centre-back, so if I did want to revert to a 3 at the back, same with Lukaku, I think he could do a job in a 3 at the back. That's what I quite like about him. I think Nacho Fernandez, having that release clause at 37 million, his price will probably be around 20, and I don't really want to be spending that much for what they really are. Schürrle, the problem is with Schürrle, is I've just signed him on the Derby career mode, and I can do well with him, that's the thing. But I don't want to make like just the same signings on both series. I kind of want to have different players for each series. But he may be the best option, to be frankly honest. There isn't many. Candreva is one option. I must say that. Candreva would be quite a nice option. So yeah, let's kick off the episode with trying to get Candreva, especially with him being at a rival club. If we can nick him off there, that'll be quite nice. Now, since he's aging, I'm going to offer 15 to kick it off. They've gone up to 28, and I don't want to be spending that much, to be frankly honest. So there we go, the money has been added to the budget. Obviously, just hadn't left the club yet. So we've got 32 million plus 100k in wages. I think I'll split that in half pretty much. I'll go 15 for a winger and 15 for a left back or centre back. So we're about to go into the next game against Atalanta. Obviously, in the first episode, we went for that 3-5-2 kind of formation. And since I play with really tough sliders, I don't think a 3 at the back will work. So I'm going to use this game to see if a 4 at the back defensively is a lot better. I'm not that bothered if we concede, but I will give them their alternate kit. Actually, I didn't realise Atalanta had a green alternate kit, but yeah, I think it's still a very good team. It's just a bit of a shame the left back position, but Marco Rui is still quite decent, I must say, with 92 stamina as well. He'll be able to go over the season quite nicely. But I think we'll need a backup. That's the only thing. Either we sign a first team player, and yeah, we're not too thick in quality and depth on the bench and the reserves. But what I can do is obviously recall players that are currently on loan, which I may have to do because we've spent all that money on Cavani, who didn't actually score in the first game. Yeah, we've kind of put all our eggs in one basket, but that's the fun thing of career mode. Here's the Atalanta team then. It is a 3-5-2. Now, I may be able to play something like this. The problem is with my formation, it didn't have any width at all. So basically, the wingers... The problem is, though, my wingers wouldn't be where I want them to play. But we'll come to that when we get there. But anyway, their team's looking quite decent. They got Berisha in goal, Martin de Roon from Borough in the midfield with Kurtic, and then Alicio Gomez on the left, Frula, and Ilic up front. It's a very nice team. And it'll be interesting to see how we do the 3 at the back, because obviously the majority of Serie A teams do play 3 at the back, and that's why I wanted to play 3 at the back. But maybe it'll be better for us. Cavani bringing it forwards then, into Mertens' path. Hopefully we can get the early goal. And we have. That's what we needed. We needed a goal, and we've got it. I don't think we did score. I think we lost 4-0 in the first game, or was it 4-1? It may have been 4-1, but that's the first goal of this game, and I believe the first goal of the series. I'll have a look after this game, of course, but Dries Mertens, probably one of the main reasons. He's probably like 70% the reason why I wanted to do a Napoli career mode, because he's such a great player. Obviously, I could have gone to another club, but Napoli, quite a well-built team anyway, and I feel like if I get this team working, I could easily get them winning trophies. That's a good ball over the top for Cavani. Can he get his first goal for the club after returning? Yes, he can. This formation seems to be working. We seem to have found where the sliders lie, and yeah, we seem to be working well. But I do kind of want to give a 3 at the back a go, because then it will save us the task of having to buy a left back, basically. So I'm gonna give it a go now. See if they change at all. I'm just trying to think of something that would work. Chance here for Cavani. Overlap of Rui. Back in the box to Cavani with the volley, and in the back of the net with an absolute beautiful finish from the Uruguayan to make it 3-0. Now I've thought of a player that we can sign, and it kind of fixes both of our problems at the same time. If we want to play a 4-3-3, he can play left mid, and if we want to play a 4 at the back, he'll do a job at left back. So yeah, we'll have a look at him after this game. And Cavani, can he get his hat-trick here? Yes, he can. He's got really good finishing. When you put him in the right place, he's going to put it in the back of the net, and that's what we need. I'm not that bothered that he's dropping stats, because as long as he's still got that finishing ability, then it's all good. I'm going to take him off now, though, just to rest him up, as he has got 92 stamina, in fairness. For a player that is over 30, that's not bad, but I want to give Ep3 a go. That is a great goal from the Spaniard. I just gave it a go from distance, and he's made it 5-0 in the last 5 minutes, of course. That is a ridiculous goal. He does the fake shot and then just hits it at the top left-hand corner. There's full time against Atalanta. Hat-trick for Cavani on his return back to the home stadium. That's good to see. Obviously, after losing so poorly in the first game, we replied really well. Atalanta really didn't do too much, though. So the player I was talking about in the last game was Marcos Alonso. I think if we're going to play a 3 at the back, you need a player like this that has that quality to obviously win the league for Chelsea. So Chelsea have come back with 25 million for Marcos Alonso. I'll try and get him for 22, but I don't really want to piss him off because it is deadline day. We don't really have much time to do it. I will go down to 22 just to save as much money as possible. Just leaves us with 10 million, of course. But then I don't know what I can do with that 10 million, really. So yeah, they're happy with 22. I don't see sell-on clauses really as a problem. Now it's the wage. I don't know how much he's on. That's the problem. So that's good. They've come in with the wages. It means that I probably would have offended him with the ones I would have given him. I would have probably only gone for about 100k and then a million signing on bonus. So what we'll do, remove that bonus. I just need to save as much money as possible. As it is deadline day, they are being very stingent with their asking price, and I'm just going to have to do it now. What we're going to have to do to bulk out the squad, basically, is recall players from their loan. But we've got players that we needed. Like, we needed 2 big strikers, we needed a winger, and we've got Marcos Alonso. We're bringing Marcos Alonso in. It basically removes the fact we have to sign another winger, because now what I'll probably go to, because that's what we did towards, as soon as it went 2-0 in that game, we went to this formation. So what we'll do is do something like this. I'm just trying to think what area we need to look at. It may be a centre-back, to be honest, because we've only got 2 backup, and if we get an injury, that could be a bit of a problem. So I'm going to look to bring in a player on loan. Hopefully this deal can work out. I would really like Callum Chambers. Is obviously, I don't think many people do this deal, so clearly they want the loan to work, so that's kind of cool. Cool, we got Callum Chambers then. I'm really happy with that. Obviously we need to wait for the player to respond on that, but he should be more than likely to sign that. Plus he can play right back, so it gives us that option. I think Twenzaby and Holding are quite a few people do those. I haven't actually seen anyone done Chambers this year on a loan. It's kind of a panic. I didn't really have the option to scout anyone, so I kind of had to go for Premier League players. But we don't really have that many. I've only signed Marcos Alonso from the Prem. Everyone else has been from the French League, and then we've got these 2 from the Spanish League, so a bit of difference. So I think we're going to bring back Zapata, just so we've got that bulk in the squad. It only costs us 700 grand anyway, so I think just it makes sense to do it. What I'd end up probably doing, I'm just trying to think how many wingers we've got. So we've got 1, 2, 3, backup. I don't know if I want another. And I think we've got the other Insigne, who we could actually grow. That's the thing about these youngsters. You can grow them quite nicely if we stick them in the training sessions. And there we go, Callum Chambers has agreed to join, so that's good to see. And we have got a bid here from Real Madrid for Mertens. It kind of shows, like, Liverpool offered 58 when he was 86 rated. Now that he's 85, that's gone down by like 15 million. Again, I'm going to reject it because he's one of the main reasons I'm doing this series. So on top of all the money that AC Milan had already spent, they spent another 100 million on Stindl, Brandt and Giroud. Players that I wouldn't have minded Giroud. I was actually looking at him when we went for Adjuriz, but nevertheless we spent 142 million and 100 million going out. So we basically spent 40 million overall. Obviously Gulam and Milik most of that money. But I think we've done a nice bit of business. So I think this is the squad we'll go for until January at least. We've already had more growth to another player that's 30 years old in Hamsic, going down from an 87 to an 86. It's a race because you've got the youngsters such as like Munayin, Dariwa and Insigne in the squad. And then you've got your old players, which is Cavani, Mertens and Hamsic, that will be bringing it down. So it's a really balancing out. Obviously, as the youngsters grow, the older players will go down. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this third episode of the Napoli career mode. Hopefully you guys like the signings that I've made. I think they're quite interesting overall. If you look at the first team, we brought in Cavani and Alonso, but then on the bench you've got Munayin and Adjuriz. I think the first team was very much as good as it was probably going to get. Maybe I could have got a centre-back, but we can always do that in January. You don't actually get to like the knockout stages anyway until January, so defensively I should be quite good against some of those lower teams. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this episode. Leave a like if you did enjoy it, and see you soon. Bye.